we're in a time where everything is accessible. Anything you want right now, you can go on your phone and get it. So I think because there's so many options now, you're willing to just date and try things that's new. So I feel like back in the day when wasn't you can go on your phone and Google anything, you were just in your small town with your wife and your kids and you were happy. But you can go on Instagram and see the baddest of them all. And you're like, oh, maybe she's not the one for me. She's boring. She's home. She's on the same thing. It's like Groundhog Day. Isn't it Groundhog Day? Like they want to do the same thing over and over again. So it's like I can go and choose who I want. So I think because everything's so accessible right now, it's impossible to sit still and do the same thing over and over again.
You see somebody on your phone, you're just like, oh, she's got a
You're
hosting
impressed.
at this place at this time. Everybody's business is out too. So it's like you know exactly where the person you like might be or, your time to be able to move in and make your move. So I think that's another thing, again, with the accessibility, like being able to go after something that is different than your norm at home. It's not a good thing. So that just makes everybody feel like, what's the point of marriage in a way? Like, what is the point if, it can be, um, like if it's not that important to each individual in the marriage, then what really is the goal then for people? So I think it's changing what people really want now. And everybody's getting an opportunity to be selfish, like I said before. So if you can be selfish and really keep looking for what you want, and if you have the type of person that's going to sit there and allow you to do it based off of what you provide in the relationship, then it makes it even easier for you to be selfish.
I'm just wondering, like, why would you even engage in a marriage if
Right.
you are going to be in the streets? Because it is very expensive to get divorced.
Very.
That's why they stay in
I
the
don't.
marriage.
Yeah, I don't really think that is
but why do
anything
you
that
get
they.
in
Because
it?
what if you get caught?
I'm just saying, but why?
Or if you get
in
caught,
it?
is the person going to... Because some people want to have their cake and eat it too. It's what it sounds like.
Man, listen, bro, I be getting pressured about a ring all the time.
I feel like
At this
getting
point,
married
like,
for a guy, maybe it's just like that's the next step that comes. It's not maybe what he really wants or what he like truly desires. It's just like, okay, well, I've been with my girl for X, Y, and Z years, and this is just the next step because what else am I gonna do with her?
no, that's not what happens. What happens is
Aren't you waiting for a proposal anyway?
I'm waiting, yeah. What
His
happens
proposal.
is what happens is um women start like, at least most cases, not all. Most cases, a man been with a girl for mad long, she done went through the ringer with him, or she had just been with him during his worst parts, and he feel like he owe her a ring, and she keep on mentioning and pressing the ring. So he's like, you know what? If I'm going to get married to anybody, I'm gonna get married to one that has been there through it through thick and thin for real already. So she deserves a ring. So that's why she gets a ring. But now you gotta think about it. It's like, well, okay, cool. Well, why would you rather, start seeking someone else while you're in the marriage? Is because of many other reasons, right? Sometimes there's kids involved. Sometimes there's a simple fact that, you know what I mean, that the girl is like, he never really wanted to be married to begin with. So now he's just doing his thing, but he owes her that. So he gave it to her. So he's stuck. Sometimes the girl's like, he provides a good home life and he's a great dad, but I still want side dudes. So now she gonna go do what she wanna do. I just think that at this point, everybody's threshold is just intolerance for a relationship is at a bare minimum. And that's what it really comes down to. Because it's like, yo, you pissed me off today. And then that accessibility factor come in. All right, cool, I'm gonna go get with her. And I got my bread right. And I look good. And I never fell off because everybody's competing with each other. You got 40-year-old people getting BBLs. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So they competing with 22-year-old girls. Why are they competing if they happy at home? They ain't doing it for themselves. They still want to be valuable on the market in case shit hits the fan. That's how I take it. You know what I mean?
But how many men want to really be married? Like, how many men was like, I want to get married? Every woman's waiting for a man to propose. No man's like, I can't wait to get married. That's a woman's.
I think it's changing
I don't
too,
know.
I
though.
feel like, you think so?
That's changing too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I really just feel like, why go through the exercise? And this really, in my opinion, all goes back to like, you need to be honest with yourself and you need to be honest with the other person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how hard is it to say, you know what? I love you. I think you're amazing.
Let's have an open
You have a
relationship.
great family life, X, Y, and Z. But I just don't think that marriage is for me. Much like Rico. Like you say how you feel about this topic all the time.
I said, marriage isn't for me.
He said,
You didn't say
I
that.
said
"No,
married
my
for
girl
two.
watch
Right.
it."
No. I'm not saying specifically what I'm saying.
Okay,
I'm just
true.
saying, like, you're open and honest about this.
The
And so
direct
I
approach.
think it kind of blows my mind that people just can't just be honest about what you want. Because at the end of the day, what's gonna happen? You're gonna get married, you're gonna lie, you may get caught, let's just say you got about 75% chance of getting caught. I don't know. At some point, let's say you have a 10-year affair. I don't know, maybe
10.
But you got
I mean, I don't know.
Damn.
Think about it like this.
I don't know. I'm just like, because I feel like they can carry on for a long time.
Oh, for sure.
But look, peep game. Let me break this down for you, right? Two things. One, a lot of women want to get married because they want to say that they married. It's a flex. Women use being married as a flex to the women who are not married, right?
Agreed.
Maybe not all, but a lot. So that's one. So then they go ahead and get this ring and they still unhappy. But guess what? They still flexing on their surroundings or on, the societal norm of a woman being a certain age and not married, but she married, but she miserable. Then the other thing is you gotta think about divorce. See, divorce never looks bad on a man. I could go through 2 divorces, a girl can be like, oh, at least he's willing to settle down. Let a girl try to come to me and say she's been divorced twice. I'm like, what's wrong with you?
I think women think the same thing about men with multiple divorces.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I do.
Multiple
I think so.
kids
I see
and multiple
money.
divorces.
If you get the divorce, you must be rich. You must have a lot of money, and I want to date you.
See what I'm saying?
Now I want you.
Eat your heart out.
I'm just saying, I want you now. Because if I'm divorced. I am divorced. So if I'm divorced, it must be me. They always think it's a woman, right?
Why?
But because they feel like you did something wrong. I mean, I didn't do anything wrong. I was perfect, I think, right?
Yeah, my girl, yep.
But you know what I'm saying? But I feel like most men will see that. They get nervous with that. You divorced, why? What happened? Is he crazy? Is he still stalking you? They want all the questions, right?
I've never heard of a situation where a girl was like, yeah, he was divorced, so I turned him down. I wasn't really fully into him. I started treading carefully because he was divorced before.
No, but sometimes that's baggage that
That you
guys
don't wanna
come
deal
with
with.
that people don't want to deal with. It might be light baggage, it might be heavy baggage. We don't know what your divorce looks like, but that's sometimes people don't want to deal with it.
Isn't that everybody, though? Who doesn't have baggage now?
No, that's what we
Like,
were
at this
saying.
age,
Like,
right?
Not
Yeah.
heavy.
A dude told me on the
Yeah.
internet today. He said that
Stop bringing
men
this up.
today.
Because it's true.
I love the
wanna
truth.
know.
I was so flabbergasted.
He's-
Out of his mouth to his brain to his fingertips, he said men don't have baggage.
His fingertips.
How is that possible?
You tell me. That's
How
what I'm
is that
saying.
possible?
I said you can't be serious, my friend. Like, really?
He was meant to say we have backpacks.
But when we
Y'all
talk
got
about,
No
carry on.
honestly, the people speaking of to how you got that message today, people's comments show me all the time how many traumatized and sick and mentally unhealthy people there are because of the things that they say. So I'm just like, oh my God, it is a crazy world out there.
It's like, stop your trauma
right.
showing.
People will defend
God.
anything too. Like this
Oh,
conversation right now, I can't wait to see the comments. Like, oh yeah, we dating these girls outside of our marriage because blah blah blah. Like what? That doesn't even make any sense. But okay.
Yeah. Go ahead and tell on yourself, dumb.
Right. But like being a person, okay, so I can kind of relate to the dating and giving too much to a man that I'm dating. For example, doing like wifely duties, like,
I feel like
someone.
that's regular.
I think that is. It's just womanly, and you're trying to like. I mean, you gotta make someone see your potential. So I don't really necessarily think there's anything wrong with that. Like if I'm dating you and like I do your laundry and I fold it nice and neatly and I fold it I try to fold it like the Abercrombie shirts is folded. Because I want
You
you to
have
know
one of
ain't
those
nobody.
things?
Yeah, no, I don't have one, but I
Oh.
be trying to do it perfectly.
I worked
like,
in retail, so I know how to do that.
Yeah.
I'm a perfect
yeah,
folder.
like you do stuff like that. You clean the house a certain way. You do cute things because again, you're trying to put your best foot forward and show your potential. Like if I was your wife, if I was your girlfriend, if I was your woman, you would get it like this, even though they not. I'm a slack later on, but in the meantime, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I think that's normal. I think that's one of the things in this conversation that's actually normal. Like when you're dating someone, you're putting your best foot forward. I'm acting like wifey because I want to make you want me above
Do
all the
men
other
do
women.
that?
Wait,
I was
time
gonna
the
ask
fuck.
the
yeah.
same
Whoa,
question.
what are you talking about? When y'all move into our crib, we've been doing.
No,
Hold on.
I'm asking.
He tight. Why you so mad?
Yeah.
Hey.
I had to breathe for a second. My leg is up. Let me chill out. It's not that tired.
No one gave you a reason to be mad.
Right.
What
I can't say
What I
nothing.
wanted to say is that I've been hearing, and I'm not saying this is every woman, but I've been hearing a lot about.
What is
the
his
fact
voice?
that-
What
Stop.
is his voice doing?
Stop, Amanda.
I know what
He's
he's
out
I've been
here.
doing.
hearing- I've been hearing a lot about the fact that
Joshua Neal. That's the voice he's doing.
I've been hearing a lot about the fact that women should not display wife duties if she is not a wife, and I feel like that is crazy because men gotta explain, not explain, but promote his husband abilities before she even considers, being a wife now.
So why you mad? Because I just said that.
I'm saying that doesn't make sense. Like one hand got to watch the other. It got to be at an equal playing field. If I'm gonna sit here and try to show you who I am and what I'm capable of and what I'm willing to do for you, you got to be able to max out with me.
Right.
I'm not sitting here trying to be like, okay, cool, listen, let's move into the crib or whatever the case, and now I got to pay all the bills because 50-50 you're a roommate, right? I highly doubt I'm gonna get a wife that's a roommate, right? So now I'm doing already all the things that a husband should be doing. I'm providing, I'm protecting, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. But yet you still have a problem with cooking and cleaning. I'm just using that as an example because you don't want to display the wife duties. Like this is the unbalance that we're having. This is the reason why, like, and I don't believe that women and men just be listening. I mean, just came up with these ideologies on their own. They listening to all these little stupid people, stupid girl saying this, stupid dude saying that. Now they take it and they run with it. Now there's even a point where it's affecting marriages, right? Now this dude is on watching at the table like, I shouldn't have to deal with that girl. Oh, but you can't get another one. You know what I'm saying? And then there's girls over here saying like, oh, I don't gotta deal with that man treating me like that. But you don't qualify for another one.
80%.
Yeah, it's
Getting that
80-20.
cesspool.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and I think everybody just running around with a narrative that they can't even really, fulfill.
I have a question. So Jada said, like women, we engage in all these types of activities to exhibit wifely behaviors. Do you feel that men generally do the same? Or do you feel that's something that like you and perhaps your friends do? Like, do you think that's like a commonality like across the board with dudes? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would say when a dude is taking you on seriously, yes. He's a dope camera guy, always wears Supreme, but today he was not on the Supreme level of preparation.
We forgive him.
Yeah, it never happened, so it's okay. But I would say I do personally believe when a dude is really serious about you, he's going to max out for you.
Yeah.
And you know it. It's no like guessing. You know what I'm saying? When a dude really for you, he giving you and doing everything that he really can, whatever that is at that moment. You know what I mean? So, yes, he is displaying all that he can. Now, as a dude, that in my personal life, since we talking about, I mean, in your podcast, we talk about past experiences. As a dude, when I start pouring into a girl and I realize that she's not being able to pour back the same amount, not saying, like I'm talking about her effort, right? I start pulling back. Now, when I'm pulling back, now my antennas is up, and I never lost my market value. Now I'm outside. And when I'm outside, eventually I roam off. You feel what I'm saying?
But that's an issue, right? Because most men won't tell you when they're checking out.
Yeah,
They'll still be present, but they checked out in a
I
relationship.
think
I think
women
people,
too.
yeah, it's just a people.
Yeah, I mean, so communication, no one does it anymore. I just
Yeah.
feel like no one's going to tell you, like, I'm done, I'm over it, it's not working out. You're not
Because when
Be
fulfilling
mad
it.
and going outside.
Nobody does
and
the
doing,
work.
Doing
Yeah.
whatever.
Nobody does the work. Nobody wants to communicate. Again, everything is just instant gratification. So you don't necessarily care to put in the extra effort because you think there's so many options out there and you think that there's so many different people that you can, date, or this person's in my DM, this person's been texting me like crazy. Oh, I got this fallback dude. I got 3 fallback dudes that I know really like me. One of them was acting like he wanted to marry me. So you have so many different backup plans sometimes that when it comes to really working hard with someone or putting in the effort and having certain conversations that are difficult, I've been there. I've been a person that doesn't want to have the difficult conversations. Oh, let's just have great vibes. Let's just be happy. Like, why are we having this argument? Because you did something, bitch. Like, you're
right.
wrong. Like, can we talk about it? I'm avoiding the confrontation. So I think that's another issue. Sometimes people are not willing to have the difficult conversations because, again, that was something that I had to learn how to do.
My fear is people are delusional, right? You have these
There goes that word.
Why does it always come up after I talk?
You have these expectations. You have a backup plan, and they don't really want you. They're in everyone DMs. They tell everyone the same thing.
Same shit.
So you might up and leave your man, and then you go to this man, and he's not giving you anything that he promised you. So now you're just
What
out
you
here in the
doing
cold.
here?
You know?
Right.
So it's like you're out here in the cold. So it's like,
just
why
playing.
even do that? So it's like people are delusional with expectations. I don't think they are real. It's like, be careful what you're willing to give up for the next person. When
I
they say the
think
grass
cheating
not
is-
greener, yeah.
Yeah.
Cheating saves you out of your relationship, though. Like, that's really, like, that's a calling card for, like, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you cheating, that's the first step. You starting to build confidence to rebel against your relationship because for whatever reason, you was not having enough confidence to get up out of there.
I agree.
So now
Yeah.
you cheating, it's like almost like you proving to yourself you can step up out of here. then and I'm not saying it's the best way to do it, but I'm saying like it's a healthy way in my eyes. Like cheat your way out your relationship.
It's a healthy way.
Yeah,
Cheat
because
your way out your
yo,
relationship.
when you
Nothing
when you
healthy
start
about
cheating,
that.
bro, because when you start cheating, you start like if I really like you and you say or do anything, it's gonna make me go.
Yeah.
It's gonna control my emotions.
That's true.
When I start cheating, you don't control my emotions no more.
Yeah, that's
You don't
true.
even control your emotions.
Now I'm starting to draw back. And now from there, I'm able to find a way to leave. And now I'm not saying you just gonna end up in a good relationship right up after that, but you wasn't in a good one to begin with.
Yeah.
At least
know
you
what I'm
got your
saying?
out. That was your
That-
exit.
yeah, so
Right,
like we
exit.
be shaming cheating, bro. I'm a cheating advocate.
I'm not gonna lie, that does make it easier to get out of a situation that's difficult to get out of. Not marriage wise, but you know, if you're in a relationship.
costs too much.
But I think again, like it shouldn't get to a point where you start to cheat though. Like, how come people can't just respect I'm not happy? How do
People
we
hate
figure
being
this
alone.
out?
People
Because if you
hate
really
being
want to
alone.
leave, that's not really an out. Because I'm not happy is grounds for let's work it out.
Okay.
And unless you're trying to work it out, then maybe you can say that. But if you're really just trying to leave, that's not the best thing to say.
What if you're really showing like that you're just being nasty, you're not being loving, you're not doing the things that, you know, usually would keep the relationship together? What signs do you need to know that someone is done with you or doesn't want to be with you?
Honestly, for me,
Mhm.
this is not the best way either. But throw a really big argument and make it so bad that there's no coming back.
Beat your ass? What do you need them to do? Throw you down a flight of stairs?
No, just make the argument really bad, not physically. Like, you know, just
I'm an actress.
But see, that's what I'm saying. I
Damn.
hate really bad arguments. That would be enough for me. But for some people, that's not enough. It's just like, we had that bad argument.
Yeah, arguing.
But I love you.
So
You don't
it's
wanna
like,
be with you.
arguing can be
Nah,
something
nah,
else.
I'm
if
not-
we make up,
Most
after
times you have
the
sex
argument.
chemistry, after you argue, you're going to have sex. There's no way around it. Like,
So you're
Be
divorced,
really
right?
mad
Mhm.
arguing.
Yeah.
Ain't no
What
sex.
was-
Don't touch me.
Put the
Do
pillow
you
on the
feel
pillow.
like was there any infidelity in your divorce or in your
Oh, for
relationship?
sure.
Okay, well, I feel like if you're really trying to get out of a situation, a relationship, or anything, I feel like saying, what did you say that you say, like, I don't want to be with you
Yeah.
anymore? Or,
Being front
or I'm not
forward, like,
happy.
yeah.
I'm not happy. That doesn't really,
It's grounds for let's work this out. Come on, let's work it out.
thank you, because I didn't even know where my train of thought was going. It's
Right.
like, it's grounds for let's work it out. I feel like personally, me, I would start an argument and I would make sure that the argument was so big that there was no coming back from it. Like,
That's
It
childish.
is. It's childish.
She's a
and
Gemini.
I'm a Gemini, but that doesn't even matter. I'm just trying to change y'all.
That matters.
It matters.
I'm trying to change.
She needs our help. Call 1-800.
Get me the
Save a
number,
Gemini.
please. But no, honestly, that's something that I've done in the past, and not that I would be saying like crazy things to insult the person so bad that they don't want to talk to me anymore. But I know how to push buttons to the point where I'll get you to say things about me or things that'll insult me that I'd be like, yo, you're done. Like,
Toxic sis.
like you can't come back here. There is no coming back here.
So Marie mentioned, she was like, well, why don't we just take the direct approach sometimes? It's like, yo, I just want out. Now, in my opinion, right, when you tell somebody who still loves you and wants you that you want out, they start double downing. They
Yeah.
start doing everything and more that they wasn't doing or that they stopped doing. And now that pursuit for you is usually like,
Fine.
is what's it called? Reeling.
Mhm.
Like it reels you right back in, and next thing you know, you're right back with this person for another 6 months. Y'all happy? They're like, damn, I remember why I was supposed to leave. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it's never just one time. It probably happened like 3 or 4 times. At this point, like, yo, I remember like that was the type of person I was, and I had a girl. She's like, I'm done with you. I'm out. I'm like, nah, bro, let's just talk. Let's meet up in person and have a
Would you fake
conversation.
crying?
No.
Yeah.
And I hate that.
I
I'd be
hate
like,
when
no,
they
I'm
do
not meeting
that.
up with you.
I'd be like, boy, shut up.
Want to look at you cry. No.
I hate
feel
the
like
fake cry.
that's the problem with reeling,
All men
as
fake
you say.
cry?
Oh my God, the
You
fake
fake cry
cry.
before.
No, I never fake. I cried one time. It wasn't fake. That shit was real as fuck.
And then like,
Shit
I
was
know
real.
it was.
I didn't cry for that one. That was anger. I cried for a different one.
I feel like you've said this about 3 times. Oh, I know who you're talking. Like,
Yo,
Erin
Erin,
always
like,
says
I
that.
should have never told her the secret. Like,
No, but honestly, I find that that's a problem with
It
reeling.
was
Like,
not a
I feel like
secret.
you're just doing things in the moment because you don't want the person to leave. So you're trying to be on your best
Best
behavior
behavior.
times 10.
so is that something
get
we shouldn't
this-
trust?
I mean, I personally not that I don't trust it, but I know that it's probably not going to last for long. Like, I know you're trying to be as good as you can to get back in my good graces. And not to say that, oh, I believe him, like, let's, start over or let's give this a second chance. It's like, okay, well, my nigga, you just did all this. Like, it kind of seems foul if I just walk away. Like,
So I'm asking for a friend. Do you think that when they say that the behaviors will change, eventually the behavior can change, or do you think that they're going to continue doing that every single time that there is an issue? Like they're going to repeat the same.
well, I'm gonna say this: there is definitely possibility for the behavior to change permanently,
Mhm.
but that's if that's what they want. If they're just saying that to get you back, then
They have to be
behavior will
fearful enough.
change for a little bit
Mhm.
until you recognize the problem again.
Gotcha.
I don't think so. I feel like I'm sorry. I feel like most relationships only should last a total of 2 years. Nothing extra. I feel like after 2 years, you got to renew it. Go.
That's what I said.
Do something new. Do something different. Kind of come to the table. Like,
Because if you don't know what
is
you
this
want by
working
that
out?
time,
Yeah, 2 years.
what are we doing?
Yeah, are we getting married or not? And getting married is kind of like
yeah.
out the
So
window,
every
I feel
2
like.
years,
So
you
every
guys
2
have
years,
to.
Wait, hold on, time out.
renew it. Yeah,
every
or
2
it's over with. Because how? Like really, the best phase in every relationship is what, the honeymoon phase. And what are
Right.
the first 2 years? After that, I know what you're gonna do. I know all your sex moves. You're gonna do the same exact move every night. You want the same exact food every night. Like it's just the same thing over and over again. I feel like
cheating is
2 years.
essential. You can
I
learn.
agree. I'm all
I'm a
for
genius.
cheating.
What?
No,
Oh my-
I don't
All
think I
right,
wanna be in a
all right,
relationship.
break this down for us. This is what we've been waiting on.
I disagree. I would never be in a relationship again where I spent most of my life in a relationship. I don't want to, and my mother did it. I'm doing it. Like I was with a relationship, and then when I was done with that one, I didn't talk to him. I didn't communicate. I found a new boo. And once me and my new boo was locked in, then I'm like, I'm done with you. And then I kept going like that. I just
Yeah, you definitely from Philly. You found a new. You found a new what?
A new
my
boo.
new boo. So I
She's a
kept going
Capricorn.
on like that. Yeah. So I feel like I never was alone until now. Now I'm like really like single.
And it feels good.
And it feels really good because I can do whatever I want, or I don't have to do anyone. You get what I'm saying? So I'm
gotta-
kind of like,
But
I'm
don't
in
you
space.
prefer this than to be in a relationship and think that cheating is okay?
For sure. But when I was in a relationship, I felt like for many years, I was very, really, really faithful until I kept getting cheated on by men. Because I don't think it's a relationship I was in. I never
Oh,
was
well, then
cheated
that's
on.
different. You got your
Yeah.
lick back.
So now it's kind of like, I don't want that headache. I don't have to stress. And you know how you call your friend, she's sad, you don't know why, because she probably got cheated on, she's depressed. I'm not there anymore. I'm totally free. I don't have to worry about nobody's son acting crazy, doing anything wrong to me. So yeah, I feel like I'm in a good space right now. Just being single. I don't want to.
Do you feel like that is like your best bet long term?
I mean, for now, I don't want to
it's for
die
now.
alone. I don't want to for now. Yeah. In the future, but right now, why not have fun?
Like, why not? Why can't women have a break and just be
Yeah.
like, you know what? I don't want to because I feel like you're giving yourself, you're giving your time, you're giving, so much into a relationship. Sometimes you just need a break to, just give yourself some time to like heal, to.
This ain't a break, bro. This is a lifestyle.
It's really a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle, and
Okay,
that's
so this is a lifestyle.
That goes
for
back
you.
to the Amber Rose thing that you mentioned earlier. Did you say it or Alan?
I said it.
Oh,
She decided that she don't want to be.
person.
I was just about to say Rico's over here like doesn't matter.
Amber doesn't
Someone
want to be
said
in
it.
a relationship ever again because
She
of all of the
shouldn't.
traumatic relationships that she's had in her past.
Mhm.
Amber Rose, right?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, Amber Rose.
Yeah, she did.
People are afraid to be alone. What's wrong with being alone? People look at you like, you single? Like, it's bad. Like you
To
just
women,
hurt
they do
someone.
that.
Yeah, like, oh my God, you have nobody?
Nobody
I
wants
have
you.
me. I like me. I'm good with being with me.
You a bad bitch. You look.
Get you a toy and you don't need no man for right now. Like,
Girl,
like,
let's hang out after this, bro.
You know what I don't like?
Everybody think that you just need
Wait a
me.
minute
You know what's
now.
one of my
Okay,
things?
sorry.
So I'm gonna be honest. Like, and I've said this before. Like, I feel like for me, everyone has a different reason for being married. One of my main reasons for being married is like I love the ability to share my burden because the burden is heavy.
Yeah.
And two, like, it's for the long game. Like, I'm cool right now. I'll probably be cool in 10 years. But when you don't have people around you, people start dying, all your friends not there no more. I want companionship. That is literally my long-term plan and expectation for being married is like companionship when you don't have other outlets. Because right now we have outlets. We got friends, we got our cousins, we got all kind of stuff to do, but our friends gonna start dying soon.
that sounds so sad.
No, but I'm just
No, they not.
No, but
No, the fuck they not. They better not.
Rest in peace to the bros.
Think about it. When get like 10 years from now is when people like start getting sick, people start dying, people's husbands die, and this, that, and the other. Even if it's still kind of young, that's when these things start to happen. So we won't have the same connections with people that we can have an outlet with. When you get in your 70s, you're gonna need somebody at the crib.
I can honestly say
go to
there's a
Colombia.
difference between my grandmother and my
It's not
great grandparents.
companionship.
My great grandmother and my great grandfather were together until my grandmother recently died a couple months ago. And her and my great grandfather, like, they literally had the most beautiful relationship. And it was something that I would aspire to, if I was going to be in a relationship, it would be something just like that. Nothing different, like amazing. But then, my grandmother, she's been, I guess, because I see it from different perspectives. I see my grandmother, who didn't get married. She doesn't have a husband, but she's not a miserable old lady that's in her house by herself with a bunch of cats. She has all her crafts. She has a beautiful home. She goes to her church. We be over there having a good time. So it's like, I don't think that she's miserable. So I think that it just really all depends on what people decide for their lives, what they want for their future, or what they can deal with. Like, if I constantly am dealing with a man that, one man, another man, and I just don't find what I'm looking for, I think it's okay to end up being like a person that's like, okay, I choose myself. I like to be alone. I'm not saying for the longevity of everybody. Like, everybody doesn't want to end up being alone, but I think it's not as bad as people make it seem.
Yeah.
And that's a cop out. Listen, nobody want to be alone.
First of all, you want
My grandmother's miserable as hell.
you want your woman to propose to you. So everything you say ain't always true, okay? It ain't always right. Don't nobody give a damn.
Want to propose to you?
Yeah, I do.